What's up, everybody? It's Blowover Productions here, and today we are back with another race in the Hulu Truck Series in the Knackers Racing Division. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and talk about these points. In first place, we have Destiny Wolf, followed by Justin Joey, William Dobbs, Chase Smith, Crazy Bob, Adrian Atkins, Jacob Joey, Damon Will, Nick DiCaprio, Random Aspan, Cody Gomez, Gavin DiCaprio, Rob Statue, The Biffler, Riley Tabor, Roger Guardiola, Potato Chip, Hanako Suzuki, Eli Tabor, Caden Brennies, actually, Michael Joyner, Abel Bush, Hammer Beckett, Evan Fran, Driver 81, and Prim Galax. Now, with that out of the way, let's talk about our lineup for today. On the point is going to be the number 30 truck of Destiny Wolf for Blazing Motorsports, sponsored by Speedco today, and she is also our points leader. On her outside will be the number 74 of the Biffler for Culver's Racing Team. A little bit farther on the back of the pack, you'll see the winner of our last race, Crazy Bob, in the number 92 for Gaming Motorsports, who's driving his new scheme, WU Liberty. He won the last race for the Hulu Truck Series at the Daytona Road Course. And the person who won, there's Prim Galax, the rookie, who performed stunningly at the Daytona Road Course for the entire weekend in which she participated, and she's going to be starting fourth today. So hopefully we see some good stuff for her here today as well at Rockingham. Speaking of which, this is the new layout of Rockingham. We haven't been here since it got taken off the schedule the last, I think, 2 seasons, but the pace truck is pulling in, and we are kicking off the first Knackers race at Rockingham in almost 3 seasons. The green flag is back out in the air, and we're racing here in North Carolina at The Rock. I know it's been a while, but we are back racing here in the Knackers Racing Division with the Hulu Truck Series, kicking us off at Rockingham, and they're crashing in the back. A couple trucks around. It's William Dobbins. Jacob Joey goes down into Adrian Atkins. Teammate sliding across the grass, not the grass, the asphalt, and the caution comes out early on here at Rockingham for the Hulu Truck Series. The yellow flag is waving, and everybody's going to start pacing here very shortly. You see everybody's getting into the lines. Big trouble here early on in the race. 2 Gaming Motorsports trucks collected, as well as William Dobbins. I'm not sure if anybody else got involved. I couldn't really see in time, but it does look like a few trucks were definitely involved in that wreck. Evan Fran pulling off the track. He might have an issue. Big trouble there with those 3 trucks from what I could tell. Let's go ahead and pull up the replay so we can try to see what happened here. Coming off turn 2, we're going to watch the 87, actually watch the 33 as well, William Dobbins. It looks like Jacob Joey got on the right rear corner of the 4 of Rob Statue, turned him up into Abel Bush, and Abel went down into the 33 of William Dobbins, who just barely missed whoever was in front of him. Then Jacob tries to come down, collects Cody Gomez, gets hit into the wall, then the car slides back down the track once again. That's where he doors Adrian Atkins, sideswiped her, and sent her spinning as well. So it looks like there was actually 4 trucks involved in this wreck. Cody Gomez just escaped easier than the rest of the other drivers involved in this wreck here. You can see William Dobbins was the last to recover. He starts sliding, catches himself. Here it is again from a different angle. Rob Statue swipes to the bottom. Abel Bush gets out the way early on, and then the 59 and 87 just can't say the same. Fortunately, not too big of a wreck, so hopefully they should be okay. And with that being said, folks, we will see you on the restart here at Rockingham. Welcome back to Rockingham, everybody. The pace truck is pulling in, and I should mention that stage 1 will end on lap 12. So with that being said, green flags flying out in the air once again. Destiny Wool and the Biffler will lead us back to the flag. Also, I have a sad announcement to make. Gavin DiCaprio has decided to leave our establishment here. He's no longer racing in Knackers. Around they go again. Speaking of the DiCaprios, Nick DiCaprio goes around. Riley Tabor collected, slams hard into Chase Smith. Driver 81 just barely escapes, and the caution will come back out yet again right after the restart, folks. Big trouble here. Almost 5 trucks involved in that one. I was just talking about Gavin DiCaprio, and now Nick wrecks. That is very crazy. Not sure what just happened there, but I'm sure we'll find out as we go ahead and pull up the replay and see what caused this wreck to happen. Possibly another bit of contact off turn 2. Here it is coming onto the backstretch off turn 2. We're going to watch that green truck, the number 12. It looks like Micah Joyner actually came down and clipped Crazy Bob, who got sent up into Riley Tabor, and then Riley collected Nick on the right rear, and well, it was just a domino effect from there. You really got to be careful at this track, because we're already seeing that slight contact off turn 2 can just send a whole bunch of trucks cascading into each other almost 4 or 5 rows ahead. Here it is again, because everybody just starts clipping each other on the rear, and then everybody goes around. Riley Tabor had a huge hit with that inside wall, but luckily not too much damage. Looks like he probably lost a lot of momentum heading on to the wreck early. Caution is out. We'll see you on the Welcome back, everybody, to Rockingham Raceway. The pace truck is pulling in. We've got 2 laps to go on the stage. Let's see if we can make it back around under green. Prim Galox and Destiny will lead us to the flag. 2 of our best girls here, the 30 and the 31. Destiny Wolf showing some real talent early on in her Nyaku's career. Same with Prim Galox. Now they're going to go 3 wide. Prim, a little bit of contact, and speed of contact. Hanukkah Suzuki goes around into the wall. Hard contact. Chase Smith also gets involved. She's going to slide. Chase Smith, he's out of it. Caution will come out. Stage will end early. It looks like Prim Galox will get it. How about that? She's going to get her first stage win in her Nyaku's career. Ain't that something? Huge contact with Hanako there. She got sent spinning and sliding into the inside wall. I believe she got turned by Nick DiCaprio. Tried to come back up. Well, not tried to come back up. More like rebounded off the inside wall and then got sent into the path of the oncoming 98 car of Chase Smith. Huge contact there. Caution is out. Stage is over. And we're going to go ahead and move on to stage 2 very shortly here. Everybody's still trying to reform up after that big wreck there. We didn't get to see a battle to the line, unfortunately. That would have been very cool, but you know, racing is just like this sometimes. You got to get through it, push through. Really glad to see a lot of the girls showing their stuff here in Yakers this season. A lot of the female drivers are definitely doing a great job early on in the season here, and I hope it does carry over to the rest of the season, maybe even the playoffs, and maybe we'll even get our first champion, our first female champion here in Yakers. And wouldn't that be something? Anyways, folks, with that being said, we'll see you on the restart for stage 2. Welcome back to Rockingham, everybody. The pace truck is pulling in. Stage 2 is about to be underway as the green flag flies. It'll be Prim Galox and the Biffler leading us back to the flag, which is dropping in the air right now. Green flag is out in the air, and stage 2 is underway. Prim would win stage 1. Let's see if she can go for stage 2 with Justin Joey, our season 1 champion, behind her. Already contact. Nick DiCaprio into the wall. His driver, Caden Burney, sneaks around. It looks like he's going to save it. No caution. Damon Wool on the high side of the 77. He's very good at this track. He got his first ever Nyaku's career win here. The Biffler and Prim make a little bit of contact going down towards the apron there, but it looks like they're going to save it as well. Damon Wool is very good at this track. He's won in the lower series and the Cup series, and he is just dominant at short tracks like this because he's also won at Bristol multiple times. So we'll see if he can challenge Justin Joey here, who also seems to be very good at short tracks. And he's going to have to show, these 2 veteran drivers are going to have to show these 2 rookies what the dealio is here in the Hulu Truck Series. Prim and the Biffler both only started racing in Season 2, but Justin, Joey, and Damon both have experience in all 3 other series and Season 1 of the Hulu Truck Series. So let's see if they can show these 2 rookies what the business here is in Yakers. That doesn't seem to be the case so far. By the way, stage 2 is going to end on lap 24, so we only got 7 laps to go. And the Biffler is still leading. Justin Joey playing it safe right now behind the 31. He's going to have to wait to step out. That bottom lane doesn't have as much grip as the top. You saw Justin Joey just check up big time there, trying to pass Prim, but he had to hit the brakes hard to avoid spinning out. There's not a lot of grip there, so you can pass on the bottom, but you have to time it very precisely and very perfectly if you want to be able to get to the bottom. Because if you don't, bad things could happen, as we've already seen multiple trucks crashing here today off turn 2 because of those people on the bottom who just cannot get the tires to track. The 31 is now coming back onto the front stretch, still behind the 74. The Biffler still leading, this time by with 4 laps to go on the stage. Does Prim go 2 for 2? Only enunciating my earlier statement about the females doing a great job early on here in the season. She could get 2 stage wins back to back, or will the Biffler hold her off? Speaking of which, the Biffler won the first ever Amazon Racing League Championship last season in Season 1, so congratulations to him once again. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that in the Daytona race though, but we just haven't seen too much stuff from the Biffler here in the Truck Series so far. He is good at short tracks, so here comes Justin Joey again to the bottom. Can't quite get there, did not time that right. Coming across the line once again, lap 22, 3 laps to go. Prim is still holding it off behind the 74. She's trying everything to get around the 74 of the Biffler. He's just doing too much to block her right now, and she cannot get around him. She's not making too many aggressive moves, which is probably good for her 2 laps to go, though, so she's going to have to start playing it a little less safe and a little bit more aggressive. Start making some moves going inside and outside. Anything she can do to get around the 74 car. Of course, this isn't the end of the race quite yet, but stage points are still very important for those who want to make it into the playoffs later on in the season. Coming off turn 4, the Biffler's still holding off the 31, and here they come across the line. 1 lap to go in stage 2. Actually, no, stage 2 is over. My bad. I wasn't paying attention. The leaderboard is a little messed up. The Biffler will win stage 2. Prim Galox is 2nd, Justin Joey 3rd, Damon Wolf 4th, Crazy Bob 5th, Caden Brennan 6th, Hammerbed Good 7th, Driver 81 is 8th, Nick Capu is 9th, and Potato Chip is 10th. What I was saying earlier about Gavin Capu leaving the series is that he sort of had a falling out with Nick, unfortunately, and now Walnut Peach Racing is now officially out of drivers for the Hulu Truck Series and any other series technically. So hopefully Nick can find a new driver, because they will go bankrupt if he cannot find a new driver soon. Also, we'll go to the restart and then I'll explain something. Up a little bit of lag there, folks. Stage 3 is going to be underway, folks, as the pace car is pulling in. There's a couple lap cars in the front of the field for some reason instead of the back. I'm not sure why they were put up there, but I'm not going to question the officials. They're probably up to something. The Biffler gets a huge jump off the start, of course, because Jacob Joey and Riley Tabor, that black truck and green truck right there, those two were a lap down and are slowing up the field big time, giving the Biffler a huge jump. Now, as I was saying, I also myself had a falling out with the people who owned the HSR team, those drivers, Phanon, Castris, and Mitamos. So they are also no longer going to be racing in the Netflix Lower Series. But there is still Vox Teskey, who is staying with us, luckily. So she will continue to race for Blazing Motorsports in the Netflix Lower Series. But the first drivers to have a Toyota Supra team are no longer with us. And the caution is out. The 12 of Riley Tabor is on fire. How about that? What happened to him? Evan Ferrand speeding in behind him. They're coming on the pit road very quickly. Let's go to the replay and see what happened to the 12. Not sure how he got set aflame there. Of course, coming off turn 2, this area has been problematic all day. Nick DiCaprio gets on the corner panel and just turns him straight into the inside wall. Huge lick there for the 12. Nick comes back up. Oh my gosh, huge contact with Crazy Bob. And then Abel Bush hits the 12. Huge hit there all around. Here we go again. Boom. 12 right in the wall. Nick comes up, slams into Crazy Bob. Then Abel Bush has nowhere to go. Eli Tabor just barely missed hitting his twin brother right there as he spun in front of him. Very strange incident there. The Tabor twins almost get collected in a wreck together. The caution is out, and we'll see you on the restart, folks. All right, guys, the Biffler is leading us back to the line with Prim Galox on the outside. Lap 36 of 40, but now it's going to be 37. We've got 5 laps to go. Well, 4 laps to go here at Rockingham. Who will take the win? The Biffler for Culver's Racing Team, Caden Brennies, who has not gotten a Hulu Truck Series win in his whole entire career of racing. He actually doesn't have a win at all, but he only races in the Truck Series. Prim Galox, the rookie, with the speed. Is she going to get her first Truck Series win and her second career win in Yackers? Since she won at the Daytona Road Courses, Micah Joyner and William Dobbins nearly take themselves off the track early on in the restart here. Here's driver 81, the 17, who doesn't have a Truck Series win quite yet, but did make the Final Four for the Amazon Racing League, so he clearly has the talent. And Micah Joyner, who's rounding out your top 5 currently, who also made it into the Final Four of the Amazon Racing League last season. It looks like the battle is just between Prim and the Biffler for the moment, but hopefully Caden and Jacob could catch, not Jacob, the driver 81 could catch up early on. Well, not early on, late into the restart now, as it's lap 39 out of 40. Coming in at turns 3 and 4. Prim putting the pressure to the 74. White flag out in the air for the Biffler. 1 lap to go here at Rockingham. He's got a gap. Prim is about 0.2 seconds behind him. The Biffler just has to hold her off for a few more corners, and he is a Hulu Truck Series winner. Here they come, down the backstretch of the Rock, into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Prim Galox is not going to have the speed, and the Biffler will take his first ever Hulu Truck Series win here at Rockingham. Checker flag is waving. Congratulations to the Biffler. He is now the first of the Amazon Racing League Final Four to win a race in the Hulu Truck Series. Prim Galox didn't perform too bad either. She finished second this race. That is amazing for someone who's only been racing in Yackers for 2 races, or 2 weekends at least. The Biffler for Culver's racing team pulls it off here at Rockingham, North Carolina. How about that? And now he's going to burn it down for us here on the front stretch. He did a great job here today, holding off the 31 who was on his bumper pretty much the whole entire time. I know that was not easy. You know, you got to respect the talent. Unfortunately, the content not so much, but the driving skills, he is pretty mediocre guy when it comes to Yackers, honestly. You know, he won the championship in the Amazon Racing League, which a championship is amazing to have, but considering it's the lowest level, we still don't know if that was a fluke or not, but it's starting to look less like a fluke as we see him here burning it down for us here today as he's won his first Truck Series race. Hopefully this momentum will continue throughout his whole series. His whole career. I feel like my voice sounds a little bit off today. My nose is a little stuffy. I'm not sick though. It's probably just some mucus I need to get out, but I do apologize if I sound a little bit weird. I also haven't recorded a video in over a month, so that's also probably why. But I'm glad to be doing Yacker stuff again. You know, high school's just been kicking my butt lately, so you know, it's just it's not that hard. It's kind of been easy. It's just I haven't, you know, we have a longer weekend, 4-day weekend, so I figure, you know, why not hop back into Yackers? I haven't posted a video on it in over a month. So, by the way, I hope you guys liked the music video that I did a while ago. So, made that for you guys. But anyways, with that being said, the Biffler is going to pull into pit road. The number 74 brings it to his pit crew where they will celebrate his victory in the Hulu Truck Series. And with that being said, folks, we will see you in the next race for the Hulu Truck Series at Kentucky Speedway. That being said, peace.